Oh, hey, it's you. It's me. Drinking a little coffee this morning. It's Saturday. This is a Saturday vlog. Got a few things up my sleeve. Things we got to get done. First, we got to manage this hairdo and find some different glasses because I don't like these. Be done. I hate when it doesn't work. Hey, it worked. It worked. What do you know? Holy cow. Look a lot better. Well, hi, YouTube fam. It worked. So here we are, all in my glory, with my favorite glasses. Now, these are my weekend glasses because I don't wear these at work. Because during the week, if you don't know me, my name is Candace Lynn. And I am a funeral director by week, by day. Probably weekends too, if I have to work. And I usually wear normal clear glasses. But on the weekends, I become Candace Lynn. And I wear my favorite glasses. I love rainbows. Now, the reason I love rainbows, lipstick is not on point this morning. The reason I love rainbows is because I love the story of Noah's Ark. Yes, 2 by 2. And I actually saw it was a big production of Noah's Ark. And I love Noah's Ark because I love rainbow stuff. But I love the story of Noah's Ark because, you know me, I love animals. And you know what my favorite gigantuous animal is? The giraffe. I love the giraffe. I love giraffes and I love elephants. I don't know why, but I love giraffes because I love their long necks and I just think they're so graceful. And I love elephants because they're just kind of, they're just not near as graceful as a giraffe. I don't know. If I could be one for the day, I might want to be a giraffe because, I'd have to get away from, somebody might want to eat me, like the lions, the predators. Anyway, so guess what today is? It's auction pickup day. Okay, so you know how much I love to do online auctions. Yes, online auctions are some of my favorites. And I have a friend of mine who has an auction company called Clear Creek Auctions. So anyway, she had an online auction and you know what? I didn't go overboard. I spent about $70 and I'm okay with that. I don't think I went completely over budget. I try to keep it, $100 or less. But this is stuff that I buy to put in my booth to resell. So, anyways, I got some cool things. The one thing that I'm really excited about, I got some natural stone coasters. And if I can find a picture, I need to put them right here. Natural stone coasters that were from Pakistan. Those were probably I was excited about that. Then the fashion bug in me, the girl who likes clothes, there was a vintage pair of Proxy dress shoes, new in box. Yes, I got those. And I was the only one that bidded on them, and I got them for $5. Now those I'm probably going to keep if they fit properly because I love vintage stuff and I love shoes. So I get a vintage jacket. I don't know if I'll keep that. But stuff like that sells really good in the booth. People like vintage clothes, especially the younger generation. They like the vintage clothing. So anyways, the first thing I've got to do is I have got to unload my truck. So I'm going to stop at the Salvation Army that is on the way. And I'm going to stop because a lot of stuff I took out of my booth this week that has not sold, that has been in there for a very long time. So what I do, if I don't sell it on Marketplace, a lot of times I will just donate it to Salvation Army or to Goodwill. It's okay with me. I don't mind doing that. It's a good cause. And sometimes a lot of stuff I do purchase there and resell, but a lot of it I do on these auctions. So we're going to head to the Salvation Army and then I'll catch you back in a little bit. And I can't believe my genie thing worked. We all know the weather's a changing, and I don't know. I've just been really extremely tired. And this time of year, I don't know. There's something about October. I do struggle with seasonal depression. I do take medication for that, along with my ADHD meds. But I don't know. I've just been extremely tired. And I do have to go to a doctor and have some blood work done next week. And they'll probably check my vitamin levels. I do have a tendency to be a little low on vitamin D. Vitamin A was low, vitamin D. So I do take a lot of supplements for that. So yeah, it is the season. And you know, there's a lot going on in our world right now. And I try not to let things, as far as political things, bother me, but we've had a lot going on in the last month. And I really don't want to get into it, but the government shutdown, yeah, that kind of ticks me off because it's affecting people that I love. You know, people that still have to go to work and they're not going to get a paycheck. And I'm sorry. I don't think them people up there we elect should get a paycheck either. You know, you're going to shut the doors, you don't need a paycheck either. Because people I love who don't make as much money as you do are struggling. So I'm fixing to pull into the Salvation Army and unload this car. Okay, so I made the drop. I didn't have as much to drop off at Salvation Army as I thought I had. I just had several pieces of clothing that I had in my booth for quite a while. So I went ahead and dropped them off. Now I think the next stop is I'm going to stop at Sonic because I need a Diet Dr. Pepper with some cherry and vanilla in it because I haven't had one. And just had the best conversation with that young man at the Salvation Army. And we were talking about being grateful for the things that God has given us, you know, and I got the Diet Dr. Pepper, and I realized I was not fully dressed. I forgot to put earrings in. So, I had, you know, when I get off work, a lot of times I will take my earrings off and just throw them in my console in my car. So I have an array of jewelry in my console. So I thought these looked pretty, somewhat normal. Yeah, these are some 99-cent earrings from Cato. Okay, so here we go. We're off to see the wizard. Well, not really. I got the navigation system all ready. You know, I got this newer vehicle. Excuse me. And I'm still trying to learn it. It's not a brand new vehicle. It's new to me. But anyways, so I'm still trying to learn like the navigation, trying to learn all the stuff on it, and yeah. So sometimes I get a little. So I put it in the navigation system, whether it works or not, I don't know. And kids get really frustrated with me because I you know, when you get older, you just don't understand things. I mean, you do, but it's just, I don't know, they don't compute as fast as they do in a brain that's a lot younger. I remember getting really frustrated at my mom. And you know, I am close to 60. I like to think that I still got some brain cells left. There might not be as many as there was when I was in my 20s or 30s like my kids are. Could have a lot to do with drinking too much Diet Dr. Pepper. I don't know. You know, and I laugh about this because when I was a senior in high school, when I was in high school, and I'm still friends with my teacher who was my business teacher, Miss Morris. Absolutely still love her. And anyways, we had to learn to type on typewriters, you know, manual typewriters. So half the class had manual typewriters, you know, the kind that were this key stuck, and then the other half of us got to use electric. Now she would switch us. Like, one week we might have to use the electric, the next week we might have to use the manual. So that was, I think I took typing a couple years. I don't know. I think you started typing in like 10th or 11th grade, and then you went into advanced typing. I don't know if I ever made it to advanced typing because I just really sucked at typing, period. So a lot of that goes back to because I had ADHD and undiagnosed when I was in my teens. So, because me and my business teacher kind of discussed that. She kind of figures out now why I was like I was. But I'm sorry, there's like a hair stuck to my lip and I can't figure it out. My senior year in high school, this is funny. We got computers. Computers for the first time. Okay, this was 1984. Yeah, showing my age. But we got computers, and I can remember my business teacher, when I talked to her within the last few years, she hated that. She said that was like one of her worst times of teaching because she had to learn how to do computers as well because she'd been a business teacher for so long. And I say, well, not for so long, because she wasn't not much older than us. But, you know, she didn't know computers, so she had to learn computers. She said she hated that year. So when I was a senior, we got computers. Oh, it was so exciting. I think we had like 4. And that was before the, you know, the internet, before the World Wide Web. We had computers. So mainly it was just like data entry, stuff like that. And I can remember playing this game called Zella or Zelda or something. And all you were doing is, it was just asking you questions like, we're walking into a forest and you see a troll. What do you want to do with the troll? You know, and I want to shake hands with him. And then, you know, it would say something stupid. If you remember that, if you're my age and you remember that, let me know in comments, because anyway. So it's kind of funny now. So I really didn't get introduced to the World Wide Web till my kids. After I had my kids, so that would have been in my 30s. But because we didn't have a computer in the house or anything like that until, you know, they were younger. And of course, then they had computer classes. But yeah, that I will never forget that. So then we had to learn how to type on computers. But I remember when my brother passed away, he had given his computer to me for my kids, and he wanted my kids to have it. So of course, then we ended up getting internet, and we learned how to AOL, America Online. And I think they still have AOL, I don't know. But yeah, AOL. So I can remember the kids introducing me to the internet. And then I learned the internet. And my mother didn't really know anything about the internet, cell phones. She just would get really angry, and I would get frustrated because I would try to show her stuff and it just did not compute. So with me, I mean, at least my kids can show me and I, you know, somewhat understand it. Not always understand it, but somewhat understand it. Yeah. So I guess, but my kids do get frustrated at me because I don't understand things sometimes. And I feel bad because my daughter, you know, she had come home and she lived with me for a short time, and she's in her own place now, but she did not realize how bad my ADHD was. And of course it gets worse as I get older. And of course, my kids, I feel bad for them because their grandparents, they didn't really know my dad because he had passed when they were very small. But my mother ended up having dementia, and then their paternal grandparents, their grandfather and their grandmother had Alzheimer's, dementia, both of them. It was so sad, and I feel bad for my kids because, I mean, they're adults, but you know, that's kind of scary. I think I made the wrong turn. Oh boy, that's what I get for talking to myself. But I do feel sorry for my children because they have watched 3 of their grandparents slip away from this world because of dementia, Alzheimer's, and it is a horrible, horrible disease. And so I think they often
turn left at the traffic light onto
worry about that with me. And, you know, their dad too, about that because, you know, they watched 3 grandparents slowly, mentally slip away, and their brains were broken. And it's a horrible way to watch somebody
Continue on current road for about 1 mile.
leave this world. But my mother was 93, and they had good years with her. But it was still so sad to watch her go down like she did. And my daughter really got to see how her mother really functioned with her ADHD, and I think it concerns her as I get older, because, you know, when is my ADHD going to go from ADHD to dementia or Alzheimer's? Or, I mean, I often worry too. Man, I'm telling you what, I just passed one of the biggest houses I think I've ever seen. Oh, God, that was unreal. Squirrel. Well, I have secured the goods. I really wanted to kind of show you around, but what it is, it's a house, and they're auctioning stuff in this, like it's like an estate sale. And anyways, there is so much stuff in this estate. She said this was the auction that they did this last couple of weeks, was just 2 rooms of this home. So it is absolutely full. It's exciting because she said they're going to be listing more stuff. And then they were telling me about another one, which my friend Ginger, her sister, is doing one. So like I said, this is all online, and I can leave y'all a link in the below. But I'm sorry I didn't get to. I wanted to show y'all, and maybe next time if I buy anything from that one again, I will show you that one. But I got a 40-inch TV for $5. I bought the TV. I wasn't gonna buy the TV, but I bought the TV simply because my poor daughter had a big TV. She bought actually I gave her my big TV. I had a big TV. I don't watch TV. No, I don't. If I do watch TV, or if I watch anything, I watch it either on my phone or on my computer. So I very rarely watch anything other than YouTube. And so yeah, that was anyways. I mean, I'm tired. Yeah, so shout out to my friend Ginger at Clear Creek Auctions. So I just wanted to let y'all know about that. They also do ship. So if you do find anything on their auctions, they will ship it to you. TV for $5. It has a remote. It looked like it had 2 remotes. I don't know what 2 remotes go to, but so I got the TV. So hey, if it works, it works. If it don't, okay. No big deal. So, you know, I have $5 invested in it, so it's okay. But, so I'm heading home now, and then I will show you all the amazing stuff that I got. The other stuff is in the bed of my truck, so there wasn't a whole lot, but let's check it out. Well, and here we are. So this was the TV. Of course, I told y'all that I had bought this flamingo lamp, and she was going to ship it to the original buyer. Well, they decided they didn't want it, so I ended up getting that a while back. That is a ceramic flamingo lamp. So I have, anyways, yeah, I thought that was so cute. I'm going to keep it myself, I believe. Okay, these shoes. I thought these shoes, look at them, they're brand new. They were made in Spain. They've never been worn. I need to do some research on them. But if they fit and they're comfortable, I'm going to wear these. You know, they look good at the funeral home. But yeah, made in Spain. Look at that. Love those. So pretty. Never been worn. Said they were vintage. So I'm going to do some research on them. This amazing box of frames. There's lots of frames in there. I like to buy frames because a lot of times I will repaint them, and if I find prints, I will put them in. That one's a little small, but look, there's a little shadow box there. So that's what I love about buying frames, because you can either sell them or you can put art in them. Like I said, sometimes vintage stuff like this sells in the booth, and too, you can always use that, like you can make something out of it. But such a cute little shirt or jacket. I like picking up like unusual vases like this. Didn't pay very much for it. I think it was around $5. But my favorite thing I got here, and I didn't pay much for them either. I think they were about $6 for this bag, and then it's heavy. But these are coasters. Also got this little footstool or ottoman. I thought it was super cute. I'm thinking about maybe painting the legs on it, maybe kind of like a bright color. I don't know. What do y'all think? It does need to be cleaned up a little bit. Put a little bit of upholstery cleaner on it. I thought it was so cute. I almost want to keep it myself. But I thought about maybe, you know, because they're kind of old. So I thought about maybe painting the legs. What color do you think? Wooden boxes are always a cool thing to get. So these are a couple old wooden boxes. Look at this one's got mirror in it. So those will probably sell pretty good. This one says Lake Taneycomo in it, which I think that's in Oklahoma. Ooh, there's a little pin in there, little hat pin or something. So yeah, I got those boxes. And baby, there we go outside. What about you? Who knocked the broom down? Well, is it time to go outside? Tell me. What? Trixie! Come on, let's go. This little jewel was $5. It's a vanity seat. It's all wood. And so I'm going to paint it this hot pink color, and I'm going to recover the top of it. Well, I am home and it's late. And after I did the, went and got the stuff at the auction, my daughter and I had to go shop for some dresses. Well, she did, because we have an event to attend to in about 2 weeks. So, anyways, yeah, I'm a little pooped. But thanks for joining me. I appreciate you hanging out with me. And this little jewel, I paid $5 for it. It was a antique, vintage little stool, like a Vanity stool. So look at me. I'm going to paint it hot pink, and I'm going to recover the seat. So And I forgot this little piece. This was just a little vanity seat, and I'm going to repaint it hot pink. And I'm going to recover that too. So I'll have to show you that.